Rusted Junk Garage. We're getting ready to take the KLR out for a little ride, but we're going to try an experiment today to try to keep these big old hands of mine a little bit warmer. Let me show you what we're going to do. All right, here's the gloves. This is just your standard skiing or snowboarding glove that I've had these for quite a while. They're insulated, nothing special, not real expensive ones. This is the motorcycle glove that I've been using, but as you can see, it's got the venting in it, and these are okay to about 50 degrees, and after that, especially at highway speeds, they're not real good. So what we're going to try today is we've got some 10 millimeter disposable shop gloves here, and we're going to use those as a liner. And then we're going to try out HotHands. These are 3 by 2 inch pad, and they come in sets. They've got all the magic chemicals in them. I know there's charcoal, sodium, and some other things. You take them out, you shake them up, that activates them, and they're activated by the air. They do take a few minutes to heat up. And then I'm going to use this glove underneath the riding glove first, and I'm going to put that right in the palm of my hand. So let's get one of these opened here. And while I do the pre-trip on the motorcycle, we'll let these heat up. And see, I wish I had my infrared gun here. It's at the other place. I could test to see what these do for temperature, but I don't have it, so we're just going to go by feel, and we're going to start out with just the motorcycle gloves. All right, got a couple of HotHands out of the package here, and it just says shake to activate, so give this one a little shaking. I guess that should be good. Then we'll do the same with this one and activate all the magic in there. Okay, those are supposedly supposed to warm up now, so we'll find out. Packaging says 15 to 30 minutes. So we're going to pre-trip the motorcycle, tires, wheels, brakes, lights, fluids, etc. Make sure everything's good. Get our GoPro mounted to the helmet. Finish layering up here. And we're going to test these out. Okay. These have been burning way over 15 minutes. I can feel the heat in them. So let's get these installed now on the palms here. This is the first time doing this, so let's see how this goes. So you just take that, try to get this down into your palm like that. Yeah, it's pretty good, I think. So this one should go in just as good with the gloves on. Yeah, they definitely are putting out some heat. All right. Fuel on. Choke is off. Had it running. Garage door coming down. Yeah. So they're sitting right on the palm there, and they are plenty warm. Actually, a little warmer than I expected. So we're going to see how they go, how they work. a pretty inexpensive alternative to buying a $90 pair of electric gloves or something like that. I'm just not ready to do that. I looked at those hippo hand type things too. So, you know, those range from any brand that's decent. Tusk makes one, and they're about 40 bucks, but the actual hippo hands, I think they start at $130 and go up to, well, over $170. So that's a pretty big investment for the little bit of riding that I do. So anyway, I can feel the breeze still coming through the fingers, but then my palm is very, very warm. So is that going to be enough to carry the blood circulation up into my fingers with these gloves on? I like these gloves better than the ski gloves, and the simple fact is it's easier on the controls, and they're just not as bulky, you know, on your clutch and all of that. I ran the ski gloves yesterday for about 15 miles, and my hands were warmer, and I just had on the Night Trial Garage glove underneath on the ski gloves. But I can certainly feel the palms of my hands are definitely warmer. They're not to the point of uncomfortable, but they are warmer. But we'll see how these do. It was 44 degrees when we left the shack there. Warmer than yesterday. Yesterday we were out in 36 degree weather, so even riding I can definitely tell, you know, it's 8 degrees warmer. It didn't have near as much bite today as there was yesterday. So for the investment in these, I bought 6 pairs. They were around $6. So for $7.50, you can get 10 pairs off of the Amazon, or if you can find them at your local Walmart or something like that, they're the same price there too. But I wanted to try them today. I wasn't just going to order them on Amazon, but I saw Walmart had them and they were the same price. I wanted to give them a try. I didn't want to wait for Amazon to ship them to me, because you never know when it's going to start raining here. Palms of my hands, definitely warmer. So far, this is a win. First conclusion, hands are definitely warmer. I can kind of feel it in the fingertips too. They're staying reasonably warm. Like I said, these gloves, there's not much protection on the fingertips. It's pretty much just an open vent, so the only thing really keeping the wind off my fingers is the 10 mil gloves. All right, we're doing close to 50. I can feel the coolness on my fingertips, just along there, but I can still feel the warmth in both palms, and there are these guards that kind of cut that wind down there a little bit, but I mean, it's not 100%, but for 44 degrees, this isn't bad. That's a nice picture out there, the skyline and stuff. At least for where I'm sitting, it's gorgeous. Over top of the evergreens. Well, in fact, let's just run this Mason Lake. We'll just run it. It just loops around the east shore of the lake here. After that couple mile run at 50 miles an hour, Fingertips they're not cold, they're cool, let's put it that way. Maybe a couple mile run back, and then I'll be able to give you an assessment of my fingertips after that. But I'm gonna say that they're gonna be between cool and cold. I don't think they're gonna be freezing, for the simple fact it's not that cold today. Hands still reasonably warm. Fingertips I'd rate them as chilly now. So these gloves still let quite a bit of air through the finger part of them, because they're basically wide open. The only thing blocking the wind is those 10mm gloves. But we'll get her back and see how the actual fingers feel. Trying to keep it above 50 here, so I have a pretty accurate test of how the HotHands are going to work. And we're going to have to back her down here to make the turn into the lake. There, we're getting the ski gloves put on here. In all fairness, I gave my hands about 15 minutes so the fingers are warmed up. So this would be kind of a fair comparison. As we load up our heater, these seem to be pretty much the same temperature as they was before, so they're down in there. I looked at the temperature and it is 45 degrees on the weather station. Garage coming down. Turn our fuel back on. Neutral, we won't need a choke. Okay, insulated gloves, HotHands on the palm with a 10mm liner. A little bit different with throttle and everything with these gloves on. A second to get used to it. I can already tell you, even after a quarter-mile run there, or whatever it was, my hands are already warmer. So these are definitely going to be warmer. I don't even know if my fingertips will even get cool. A little bit different with these bulky gloves on, just the way you feel the throttle and everything. Let's get up to similar to where we ran last time. 45, 55 miles an hour here. There, sunglasses down. You know, first impressions at about 50. My hands are toasty warm. Fingertips are not quite as warm as the palms, obviously, because the actual HotHand is in the palm, but the fingertips, no chilliness at all, and the palms, super warm. Yeah, no chilliness at all in my fingers. Actually, I can kind of even feel a little bit of that heat from the palms kind of creeping up into those fingers, so this is good. And, you know, even the bulkiness of the gloves, you're going to notice it more, you know, if you're doing a lot in town, where you're doing lots of brake and clutch and signals, and, you know, if you're laid out on the highway, these are no big deal. 60 miles an hour right now. are perfectly warm. Well, I don't feel like quitting just yet. Let's take a putt through the neighborhood. See how these do. They're good. I give HotHands definitely a thumbs up. Alrighty. Back at the barn. Alright, we're back from our test ride with HotHands, and here's what I found out. Okay, HotHands, 10mm liners under summer riding gloves with basically open fingers with the HotHands in them. Very comfortable up to about 40 miles an hour. Anything over 40 miles an hour, my fingers still started to get cold, and we ran 5-6 miles at 45 to 55 miles an hour, and the longer I rode, the colder they got. So an extended ride from my pile of rocks, your fingers are going to get cold. Your palms will be warm, but your fingers will be cold. Using the ski gloves with the HotHands in them, and these had run in here, and it's 3 o'clock now. These have been on about an hour and a half, and they're still just as warm as they were. These were toasty warm. 55, I even ran up to 60 miles an hour with these. No coolness in my fingers, palms exceedingly warm. The drawback is these are bulky, and that's not anything to do with the HotHands. They did their job. It's just these gloves are big, bulky, and they make the controls a little awkward. So, I mean, that's my personal preference. So there you go. HotHands, hand warmers. They even make these, I think they call them hot feet, and they're shaped a little bit different, but they have a sticky side to them. You peel it off, and they stick to your, like around your toes, and then you put your boots on them. They still say the same thing. They run 8 to 10 hours on them, so I've never tried those yet. But HotHands is a thumbs up. Scale of 1 to 5. These are a 5 for the price, availability, ease of use. Can't beat them. Still going to have to look at maybe a little better pair of gloves that isn't a summer glove, maybe more of a winter glove that isn't quite so bulky. And I think these would be really an inexpensive, easy way to keep warm. God, you could throw them in your tank bag, in your saddle bag, or your vest pocket, or whatever. And if you need them, they're good to go. So there you have it. We're pretty pleased with how those worked out. Thanks for riding along with us today. We always appreciate you doing that. It's getting to be the end of the bike season here. I don't know when the rains are going to come, but they are going to come, and it's going to be gray and wet and rainy, and we're not going to be riding. We're going to be working on fuel pumps, speedometer cable, clean the speedometer, and just some other stuff, sprocket and chain for the the KLR, plus we're going to put on the CarPlay, and in the helmet here we're going to put the Bluetooth on here that will tie everything together. So that's what we got planned. So again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll catch you on the next one.